Hi, my name is Cameron Carlson from the AnimeLocation.tv. I'm here at Matsuricon 2019 with my good pal, Mr. J. Michael Tatum. How you doing?
Pal, now I'm your good pal? Okay, I see.
I can't be your lover. That's for Brandon.
Fair. I'll give you that one, Cameron. Where do we go from here?
Well, considering that that it has been about a year since you and I got the chance to be giggles with each other, was at OhioCon 2018. We were supposed to meet each other 3 times this year, but of course each time it mixed out, so this is our final get together. How's it been?
It's been a crazy year. This con's been really nice, though. Matsuri's been super cool, so I love it here. It's nice to be in Columbus. Can I just say how nice it is to be in Columbus, Ohio, where I can actually see that there's a city under all that snow. Like, oh, wow, what city is it? Where are we? I don't recognize it. I've been here for years, and I never, ever come except when it's like 80 below zero outside, and everything is covered in 15 feet of snow. And so it's like, oh, buildings, lights, people, cars. It's weird. It's weird. Scooters. When did y'all get scooters? Where have I been?
Alrighty.
What year is it?
Well, following up from our earlier conversation of being a new lover, you had a really, really big life-changing moment.
That's the segue.
I got nothing here. Big life-changing moment for you and Brendan was that you guys got engaged in Paris in front of a Shakespearean bookstore that still had it. That's
across the street
right.
We were in front of a Shakespearean company across the street from Notre Dame. Excuse me, Notre Dame. I have to say it like that because I'm just better than you. It was amazing. I had a feeling it was coming because Brandon told me years ago. He's like, I would like to be the one to propose. So, you know, he's a big believer, we both are, that like the proposal itself should be a surprise, but the fact that you're going to be proposed to ought not to be, because that's not the time to figure out, is it yes or no? So he's like, so he hedged his bets. He's like, you'd say yes if I asked you. Yes, okay, cool. Sometime in the next year, he said, I'm going to ask you, and you don't know when, you don't know where. And we were planning this trip to Paris, and we kept having to kind of shift it around because things, you know, convention life. And finally, we had a hard date of like in October, and something came up, and it was like a kind of chance, like, oh, can we just shift it to February? And he's like, no, it has to be in October. Like, he was really firm. And I was like, oh, because we were approaching the year window being shut. I was like, oh. So I had a feeling, and we went to Paris for 2 weeks. We rented a room just across the street, down the street rather, from the Louvre, in this beautiful arts district. It was just such a perfect vacation. And Brandon's been several times. He's actually sung at Notre Dame before, and I had never been. And so I was like, wanted to see and do all the things, but I just kind of want to live like a local. So like, let's go to a cafe and just sit and drink and watch people, and let's go to the museum and you know, let's go to see a show or something. We went to a haunted house, like a Halloween haunted house, not an actual haunted house. And it was so much fun that we decided, like, even though we're both of us pretty fluent in French, we decided to take the English tour version of the same haunted house, because all these same actors doing the different haunts have to like switch on a dime when they see this little bracelet you're wearing that's like they're like English speaker, and so they go, and it was really funny to like round a corner where we knew through the dark there's another scene, because we hear the group ahead of us screaming and talking and interacting with the ghoul, and we hear this great actor, you know, like a mad scientist. We'd come around the corner and, you know, we'd hear ahead of time, this is just a leçon pour décider, and then we'd turn the corner and be like, welcome to my laboratory. And it was just like, we're like, you're doing a great job. You're doing très magnifique. And so that was great. And then he decided to propose to me. One morning, I had brought every single pair of clothing that I could possibly think of as being really fancy, because I'm like, oh, it's going to happen. Like, we're going to be in some French restaurant, or we're going to be in a theater or something. And so I have to look absolutely amazing. He chooses the one day we were going to climb the towers of Notre Dame, which you can do, the inside, not like parkour. I mean, like actually go up into the bell towers with stairs. You know, so we sort of dressed in just like jeans and t-shirts and stuff, and that was the day he proposed to me, and I'm like, really? But he did it on Oscar Wilde's birthday, which was very important. Yeah, and it was really, really, really fascinating, and it just such a great. Oh, it was great. I had a feeling it was going to happen that morning. As we were walking to Ile de Cité, which is where Notre Dame is, we were just kind of passing. It was about a mile walk from where we were staying, and we walked everywhere. And I just could see him being really nervous because he kept apologizing to people he'd run into on the street in Japanese. And I'd be like, because he knows French. He knows French very well, as well, if not better than I do. And he's kind of like, oh, pardon, pardon. But there he's like, oh, sumimasen, sumimasen. I'm like, oh, he's going to propose. Just how well I know him. And then he got down on one knee and did it. It was great. Got it filmed. Yeah. No, not a local. He just set up the camera. Which was great. And it was like early in the morning, so people were just walking by. They were just opening up the book-stalls behind us. And it was wonderful. And yeah, surprising no one. I said yes.
Actually, he showed us off your ring last night. His ring. He was showing it off.
It's a really cool ring. Yeah.
Yeah, it's made out of titanium with a meteorite in it. It's a chondrite. Yeah, I'm a giant geology nerd, so that's why.
Such a cool ring.
Yeah.
It's so great.
So, since last time we got to talk, you and Jamie Marquis got to create a new podcast called Ghoul Intentions. How's it going for you guys?
So Jamie and I have been besties for ages now, and every time we get together, we have a few drinks, and inevitably the conversation will turn to ghost stories, because she and I both have our own share of just weird stuff, and we love a good ghost story, even if it's not our own personal experience. So we kept saying for years, we've been like, we really should do a podcast of us doing this, because we're so very much ourselves when we're talking about this kind of subject matter, and we finally go, let's just do it, and it's been phenomenal. People send in their stories, and we get all these great stories, and so we'll read their stories or do dramatic, reenactments, or do dramatic readings of the stories rather. And now it's basically a challenge every week. Like, we don't really tell the other what we're doing, or like we'll let them know so we don't choose the same topic accidentally. But we'll be like, do you know anything about the Winchester mystery? Oh, okay, cool. That's my topic. Don't touch it. And then we'll bring it to the table, have a couple drinks, and proceed to try to either scare the hell out of each other with like, did you know that's messed up? Oh my God. Or to try to do what we call an actually, which is, when we decide that, not decide, but that's when we've done some research to find like, oh yeah, there's nothing to this. This story is all BS. And there's been a few of those. And so it's really a lot of fun. We love doing it. Eventually we want to take it and do like live stuff where we actually go and have a few drinks and go on a drunken ghost hunt. Why not? I think that's a market that hasn't been tapped into yet. Everyone's so bloody serious when they do ghost hunts. And I'm like, can we just be like, hey,
it's like drunk history.
Is anyone here? Say something. I'd watch that.
It's like drunk history.
See, there you go. I'm so tired of seeing like these butch guys go like, okay, demons, and they run for their lives when they feel a cold spot. Like, come on, give us some humanity. And it'd be like, hey, ghosts, do you want a Moscow Mule? But anyway, yeah, that's what we want to do. So eventually, that's the plan, is to enlarge that little mini empire of Ghoul Intentions, and hopefully that's what we do all the time now, is tell ghost stories and make complete jackasses of ourselves in the context of our favorite subject.
Real quickly, we're going to touch on this real fast, is you and I are big fans of the Borderlands series, and I've played a lot of it. Sir Hammerlock was featured in the opening trailer for at E3. Yep. What is in store? Real quick, because I know if I talk to you about it, you're going to go forever.
I can't really talk much about it, but the Hammerlock has some stuff to do. I can neither confirm nor deny. But I will say that, man, when I go into to the Gearbox Studios and work with Joel McDonald, who's the director for much of it, if not all of it, I think, he is the head director, and it's just the best time I've ever had in my life recording it. Yeah, he's so much fun. Gearbox is so much fun to work with. Like, I have a ball going in and breathing life into this hysterically fun character. So Hammerlock is, like, to me, a justification of all the choices I've made in my life as an actor. Like, this is what I was meant to do. I was born to play this role and to do this here for Gearbox. So yeah, it's fun, and the game itself is going to be lit, as the kids say. I cannot wait for it to come out. Like, all of us are so like, oh my God, the game is going to be fun. I know.
You realize I'm going to play it.
Yeah, you realize I'm going to play it.
Alrighty, now, the fun part about you that some people don't know is that you also still do scuba diving. How's it been going for you guys, and any new adventures in past Florida and the Caribbean?
We haven't had a chance to do a lot of scuba. The last scuba the last scuba mission we went on, I can't talk about. The last scuba dive we went on when we were in Hawaii, and we dove down to the Corsair, which is an old downed World War II bomber plane that went down. That's that's not the last one we went on, but that's the last, like, really cool one. Everything else is like, oh, turtles, and we need to get back at it. It's been about a year and some change since we've had a chance to go on a dive, but we are going on a cruise later in February of 2012, and we plan on doing a couple of scuba stops there.
Alrighty, and this is for the final question. As last time we talked about, sometimes you get casted as yourself in a show, and then how much of a difference is it to do that in comparison to actual acting?
Ow. No, it's you're like, wow.
They brought that up, by the way.
Yeah, no, it's true. Well, but here's the thing, and I joke about it, but even when here's the thing, they're all just me. Every character I've ever played, every character every actor has ever played is always just some extension of themselves. It's just it's version of themselves. Every character I've ever played, even if they have a different accent that I don't have in real life. Or if they're younger, older, or they're an alien or a robot or something, they're still me, but it's just different facets of my personality that emerge in a new context. Every character is a product of pressures that are put on in them in the story, and so I don't believe in character. As an actor, I don't believe in character. It's just me. It's not like a magical cloak I put on and become someone else. It's just the story I'm in now brings out this situation. So okay, it's going to bring out fight or flight. So let's see, am I a flyer or a fighter? And so that's kind of what it is. Sometimes playing yourself is harder because when you identify with the character of like, oh, that's clearly me, you have to get out of your head and just treat it like any other role, because otherwise you want to try to craft your performance to the level because you feel like anything you do is really a comment on how you feel about yourself, and it just becomes this weird circular thing that stops making sense, and you're like, oh, did I do that right? Is that me? And it's like, if I'm playing any character and that their job in a scene is to go and order coffee, I don't have to, like, if I'm just doing it as me, just like you don't have to go order coffee and be like, okay, I'm Cameron, I'm now Cameron ordering coffee. How would Cameron do this? You don't think about that because you're just you ordering coffee, right? And that's how this relationship to the character should be. Your character is just doing something. Your character, the character is ultimately what the audience sees, and it's their privilege to make a judgment or verdict, or to come to a verdict on who that character is based on the actions you, the actor, have committed to. So whether you're playing yourself or someone that's nothing like how you see yourself, it's still all just you in a different context.
Alrighty, final question is, where can we keep up with you online? And a message to your fans, real fast.
I'm on Instagram, JMichaelTatum. I'm on Twitter on JMichaelTatum. That's pretty much it. I'm not really on Facebook anymore. And a message to my fans, as always, thank you guys. You are the best part about what I get to do. Without you, I'm just a weird guy in a padded room making funny voices. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Tatum, my friend, thank you so much.
Always a pleasure. Lover.
Yep.